Hello, my name is Krishna Shah, and I'll be talking about the Mounted Warrior Veranda Post, Opate Elect. Hello, my name is Krishna P, and I'll be talking about the Mounted Warrior Veranda Post, Opate Elect. It was sculpted by Aloe of Ise with meticulous carving skill, producing an extraordinary artwork in the round. Aloe has carefully used distinguishing lines to depict the warrior's armor. The sculptor has willfully crafted distinctive features in cylindrical form on the warrior, such as his beard, sword, and horse's ears. The artist has used polychrome surfaces to make the artwork visually appealing that creates illuminating surfaces. The figurine is a life-size realistic depiction of a mounted warrior shown driving a horse. The warrior is posed with a spear in his left hand and holding a sword in the right hand, ready for battle. At first glance, the veranda post would attract viewers' attention towards the headgear in the shape of a trapezoidal prism. Slowly moving onto the face of the warrior, glancing gradually your sight from the beard onto the two distinct weapons towards the armor, and finally resting on the face of the horse. There is a social use of this artwork of hierarchy of skill, which is seen by the small person on the left side playing a flute, which can show a symbol of triumph. There is a performance aspect associated to this artwork, where the warrior is seen in a mode of action. The artwork has a distinct religious function that is closely related to the African culture, and it carries the themes of humans, leadership, valor, and conflict. The warrior's facial expression gives an impression of a soldier going into battle mode. The warrior has a broad nose and protruding eyes that symbolize warrior-like characteristics of being attentive and quick to one's senses. There is clear indication of European influence being used in the artwork by the use of a gun and a holster on the right side of the warrior's waist. The size and length of warrior's beard is used as a symbol of maturity. This veranda post must have been a bodyguard for the veranda post of enthroned king and senior wife Opo Ogage, built from 1910 to 1914 by Aloe of Ise of the Yoruba people of Akiri region in Nigeria, and made of wood and pigments since it was located fairly close to it. Due to high details in the post made by Aloe of Ise could symbolize the importance of warriors in this society. The veranda post indicates the importance of Aloe's sculptures to successive Akiri kings. The successive kings placed these old-fashioned sculptures in their palace, giving a lot of importance to the warrior class. Each king displayed these veranda posts in the modernized palace, where they symbolized the power of Yoruba royalty. The sword and spear allows the viewer to interpret that the artwork is a warrior or a bodyguard, and the beard implies that the artwork's masculine identity. The warrior's face is likely to show his fierceness and is probably to scare his enemies. The decision to give the warrior a gun, a holster, a saddle, reins on the horse, and metal armor most likely symbolized the influence by Europeans. Also, the use of a horse symbolizes a warrior because in the past, warriors rode horses into battle. Wood and polychrome pigment was used due to accessibility to these materials, easily due to surrounding environments, which affects the form of this artwork. The artwork being such as a warrior can change the function of the artwork. European influence changes the idea of content and context. The artwork made of wood is most likely to be carved, which is seen in the details. It is used in the real world as a veranda post, just like the veranda post of enthroned king and senior wife. In the museum, it was small, almost 4 feet, compared to its original 9 feet 1. Aloe of Ise probably gave the artwork a beard and long hair in order to show strength in the warrior's age and maturity. Context of this artwork is seen greatly in European influence and has influenced Aloe of Ise to include many different examples of influence, such as the gun and the holster, the horse, saddle and reins, and armor on the man and horse. In form and content, you see many weapons such as a gun and a holster, which was introduced by Europeans first when they came to Nigeria and was adopted by the native people and was left behind even when the Europeans left. The Europeans also introduced the saddle and reins in order for travel by horse to be more comfortable. Armor is seen both on the warrior and horse, and was put to show European influence. The function of the artwork, being a warrior, is more possible after the use of the gun in the artwork. Because guns are used in time of war, there is a performance function seen by guns to be used in battle. There is also a performance function by the saddle and reins, which is used to make riding a horse more effective process. The use of armor has a performance function of protection. The location of the warrior next to the king and queen can show that the warrior must be a warrior or bodyguard for the king and queen. A possible intention of wanting to create the Mounted Warrior Veranda Post was to be a possible protection for the veranda post of an enthroned king and senior wife. The armor worn by the warrior and his horse have a performance function of protection, which suggests that the Mounted Warrior Veranda Post is a bodyguard for the veranda post of enthroned king and senior wife. His big eyes and that show a sense of fierceness can be seen as a way of looking over the veranda post of enthroned king and senior wife or the society and are ready to take action at any time danger is near. The artist, Aloe of Ise, intended to create a warrior which is portrayed through the fierce face, sharp weapons and gun, and intricately designed armor of the warrior and his horse. A sense of tradition is seen in the warrior's long dark hair and pointed beard. Also, the kind of weapons used by the warriors, such as the spear and sword, were probably made of nearby materials because they are in great numbers in the society and is easily accessible. Also, tradition of riding a horse is visible, as that is what the warrior is mounted upon. The small carved person on the right side of the warrior is traditional by representing a process of flute playing that happened when war began or when warriors came back victorious. Tradition and the styles carved into the armor is seen, such as the friezes of triangles and alternating colors. The bracelets and necklace could be traditional or something that was worn only by warriors to classify them. The jewelry shows a sense of hierarchy of scale. Change is seen in the artwork through the armor, gun and holster, and horse, saddle, and reins. Tradition is important in art such as this sculpture to show the cultural significance. Nigerian culture, for example, makes good use of nearby materials and intricate designs made from pigment. Tradition is seen through the sword and spear that are native weapons of the warrior. Tradition is visible through the different styles of the armor, such as alternating friezes of gray and black, and different types of jewelry, such as the necklace with the bag and multiple bracelets on both wrists. Changes are shown in artwork to show influences from other cultures other than one's own, such as European influences in the Mounted Warrior Veranda Post through the gun and holster at his waist and the horse's saddle and reins. The veranda post of enthroned king and senior wife was made by Aloe of Ise as the original veranda post, made to symbolize how not only men such as the king, but also women such as the senior wife play important roles in the society. The veranda post shows how women were important in society and were even of greater importance. The Mounted Veranda Post was created after the veranda post of enthroned king and senior wife as a hired protection service. The veranda post of enthroned king and senior wife was influential in the making of the Mounted Warrior Veranda Post because it was made just as big and in the same style and detail. The Mounted Warrior Veranda Post is located right next to the veranda post of enthroned king and senior wife. The image set for this image is Mounted Warrior Veranda Post, Ope Ile, Yoruba Peoples, circa 1910-1914, Palace of the Ogaga, City of Ikere, Ikiti Region, Nigeria, Carver Aloe of Ise, circa 1875 to 1938, made of wood and polychrome pigment. The armor, long hair, sharp beard, and fierce-looking face, made up of bulging eyes and bare teeth, can have the viewer respond in a sense of intimidation and can have him or her feel like they are being threatened and could cause one to cower if they are confronted with the original piece. Also, the weapons such as the gun, sharp sword, and spear can show a sense of danger and can worry the viewer by putting them into a position of facing death. Also, the 9-foot-tall veranda post can show an intimidating presence, just like the Olmec heads. European influence plays a major role in interpreting the role of this work of art. The viewer, if not taking into context European influence, can see the artwork as a traditional warrior by looking at the wooden spear and sword, and also the horse that could have had an agricultural and performance of war function. Hierarchy of scale can also be seen traditionally through the small man playing the flute. Seeing the art with an idea of European influence can have someone notice the armor and gun to having a performance of war function, as well as the saddle and reins of the horse, implying that the artwork is still traditional with certain European aspects. Thank you for watching this video. I would like to take the opportunity to say thank you to my AP Art History teacher, Ms. Baumgartner, and shout out to my parents, Piush Shah and Shah, for helping me film this video. Thank you.